like if anybody could fail as much as I did, like I give them props. Like I was just fucking up left and right. And I was really good at creating excuses. Okay. So I just like went through every excuse in the book. But one day I ran out of excuses essentially and came to the ultimate conclusion that the problem was me. Okay. So at that point I realized like, all right, oh, now I know I'm the problem. How do I fix it? Right. And when you ask yourself that question, it starts opening up a lot of other questions and lines of thought in your life. And so I started jumping down that road and really answering the question for myself and asking myself, okay, who am I? And how can I, because in the past, I had been the source of my own problems and challenges. How could I turn that knowledge into how could I be my own source of success? And the journey of answering that question has took me a number of years. It's going to be a lifelong process. But that's really how I started getting involved in personal development. The problem with mainstream self-help is that anytime you're getting a perspective from somebody, even if it's like a Tony Robbins or Napoleon Hill, which are the respected gurus in those particular industries, you're getting it from their perspective based on the way that they've lived their life. And we all have a different set of experiences that got us to the point we're at in life, and we also have different goals that are based on your own unique skill sets and abilities and desires and all of that. So I started out in that world of like being around the Tony Robbins, listening to all those tapes, and I was frustrated. In fact, it felt like it caused me more pain, because I felt like I was trying to change and getting upset with myself that I wasn't. And that process was a loop that was causing a lot of like self-judgment and pain and all that. But things started to change once I put myself in a situation where I basically said, okay, you're going to change, or basically change or die. Not literal death, but I was like, all right, it's fucking happening. And some resources started to come into my life at that time that were really tools that could help me. When I got into hypnosis and I started doing some work on myself and started seeing the kind of changes and results that I had wanted, it left me with more questions than answers, honestly, at that point. And when I'm the kind of person where if I get fascinated about something, if I really believe in the potential, like I'll go deep into it, So my mind processes a lot of information. I love to like reach out and figure out how things work. I'd say the biggest thing that was driving my passion for all of this was this central concept and this idea that really anything is possible. When you can go through and change any behavior, when you can change any thought process, when you can change any belief that you hold on a conscious or subconscious level, it really gives you the ability to create whatever it is that you want in your life. So once you've got the ability to make those kind of changes and shifts, really the sky's the limit. Your imagination is the limit. And you can do it in a way, and this is one thing that fascinated me, you can do it in a way where you feel good all of the time. A lot of times we have a lot of pain and stress and fear in our life. If you could go through and do what you loved every single day of your life, do it with who you love, where you love, all of that, in a way where you feel good constantly and you have ultimate creative potential and self-expression, that's the kind of life I wanted to live. So getting into hypnosis and NLP was giving me more control over my own life, of my own thoughts and own behaviors, so I could go and create the kind of life, create the kind of experiences and circumstances that I really wanted, and also in a way that could benefit everybody else around me, Because I just remember this from when I was going through my tough years. I mean, it's difficult being around someone who's like depressed, And like if you can just be a constant source of joy in the world, like shit, that's the kind of life I want to live,